evolution of what? Money. The difficulties or the challenges faced by a trade by barter system now make people to think, what can we look for or what can we use to exchange what? Goods. Instead of us to be moving changing one goods from other, what can we use to what? Exchange what? Good. So this gave rise to the evolution of what? Money. Please take note, trade by barter is not the same thing as money. Trade by barter is not the same thing as what? Money. It's a different system on its own that gave rise to the what? Evolution of what? Money. So the use of money can be traced back to the beginning of human civilization in different places at different times. In ancient agrarian society, that is society that is based on agriculture, pepper, yam, grain, and other farm produce were used as money. So in those agrarian society, what they simply use as money was what? Agricultural what? Product. So if you want to buy something, what you simply do, you use what? Agricultural produce to what? Buy the things. So yam, pepper, those are some of the agricultural produce that was used as what? Money as time. But over time, they now brought some other what? Item into the system to use as what? Money. So in some other societies like that are not agrarian society, shell, cowries, hide and skin, bow and spear, they were also used as what? Money. So cowries, hide and skins, and other commodities were also used as what? Money. So that was the first stage of money in the evolution of what? Money. Using of what? Commodities such as agricultural produce, cowries, shares, and others. So over time, with the difficulty and the challenges of using of this item, they now brought something we refer to as what? Precious metal. Precious what? Metal. After the first stage, which we talk about the agrarian society and its need as at then, there's another stage in the evolution of money. We talk about the use of what? Precious what? Metal, such as gold, silver, copper. So this metal were used as what? Money, because they are relatively scarce. So they have much value than what the agricultural was produce that was earlier used. So these items were now replacing what? Money as means of what? Exchange in time past. But as time proceeds, these metals that were shaped into what? Different shapes, they were cut into different shapes, were used as money. It now gives birth to the use of rise of what? Paper what? Money. Paper what? Money. Paper money actually started with the goldsmiths. The goldsmiths were the one that invented what? Paper what? Money. And how did they invent paper money? This is how they invented paper money. The goldsmiths, during the time pass, they usually help to keep gold for traders. They keep gold for what? Traders. This gold, what they simply do when the trader bring this gold, they will give the trader a receipt for keeping this gold, so that whenever the trader want the gold in return, he comes and present the receipt. The trader will now, the goldsmith will now render the gold back to the what? Trader. That was how it was. But over time, these traders, what they simply do, if they need money and they have kept their gold with the goldsmith, what they simply do, they use the receipts given to them by the goldsmith to what? Purchase goods. So they will simply come to probably another merchant, another trader, and they'll say that, okay, give me so quantity of goods. Let's assume the quantity of goods like 500 kilogram of rice. 500 kilogram of rice. So immediately they give them this 500 kilogram of rice, what they will simply do, instead of that to give the pay in gold, they will not pay with the receipt. That receipt, what they simply do, the other trader will go back to the what? The trader that sell the item to the other trader will go back to the goldsmith and will withdraw that money on behalf of the what? Depositor. So that was what gave birth to the what? Use of money, paper what? Money. It originated from the what? Goldsmith. The receipt of the what? Goldsmith. Like what we have now, this is a receipt from a goldsmith. This is another receipt. Assuming I was in that era and I have goods with the goldsmith, and the goldsmith give me this item receipt, and I want to pay my child school fee. What I simply do, I don't have gold right with me to pay my child school fees. I will come to the school, I will present the receipt to the school, the receipt that was given to me by the goldsmith to the school. Then by so doing, the receipt will now serve as money to the what? School. Will now serve as what? Money. Whenever the school needs the money, the school will go to the goldsmith and present the receipt to the goldsmith, and the goldsmith will now give them the gold I kept with them. So the receipt now gave birth to the use of what? Paper money. So the receipt of the goldsmith rather. So if you ask, what gave birth to what? Paper money is the what? Receipt given by the what? Goldsmith. So that's how money what? That was how money came to paper money came to being. It came through the what? Use of receipt that was issued by the what? Goldsmith. But for any commodity to be generally accepted as money, for any commodity to be said to be money, there must be specific characteristics that commodity must what? Possess. There must be specific characteristics for that commodity must be what? Possess. One of them is what? Acceptability. Another one is what? Relatively scarce. The commodity should be homogeneous, which is homogeneity. It must be stable in value. The commodity must be what? Durable. The commodity must be portable. It must be divisible, and it must be recognizable. So these are the what? Characteristics of what? Money. Let's take a look at each of these characteristics. 1. Acceptability. The commodity that serves as money must be generally accepted by all members of the society as a medium of exchange, payment, and settlement of what? Debt. Any commodity that is accepted as a money in a society, the commodity must be generally what? Accepted. It must be backed by law so that people will what? Accept it as a medium what? Of exchange. So any commodity like your naira that we have today now is backed by what? Law. Your naira is just a mere paper. Is what? Just a what? Mere paper. But why is it generally accepted? Because it was what? Backed by what? Law. So any item that serves as money must be generally accepted by all members of the society. Another characteristics of money that money must be relatively scarce in supply. Money must be what? Relatively what? Scarce in what? Supply. If money is not scarce in supply, the money will not have value. If money is not scarce in supply, money will not have value. It will lose its what? Value. Like look at the situation now. If assume money is like a tree planted in our house. If money is a tree planted in our balcony, what does it imply? Everybody will have money. Everybody will just have a tree of what? Money. And people will not have value for this what? Money. The money will lack what? Value, because nobody wants to work again. Everybody has what? Money in their possession. Their money will lack value. There was a article I was reading talking about after the Second World War, which ended in 1945. After the Second World War in Western Germany, after the Second World War, there was a problem of inflation in the society. The problem was so severe that money has lost its value in the society in Germany as a day. A woman wanted to buy a loaf of bread. So she took a wheelbarrow of money. The wheelbarrow was full with money just to buy a loaf of bread, and pushed the wheelbarrow to the bakery. So when he went inside the bakery to call somebody to attend to her, so the person will take the money inside and give her the loaf of bread. Before she came back, she discovered that the wheelbarrow was stolen, but the money was still there. What does this simply imply? It implies that money lost value, that the money was does not have much value. For somebody to steal such amount of money that have to be pushed with wheelbarrow. So somebody to steal the wheelbarrow and leave such amount of money that was probably filling up a Ghana must go. It means that the money have lost what? Value. That will be in our society, the same thing with our society. If money is not scarce, if everybody has a tree in their house that produce money, So whatever must be accepted as money must be what scarce. It must not be what abundant in the what society to a large extent. Another quality of money is that money, that is any commodity that serve as money must have the same value in the society. Any commodity that serve as money must what have the same value in the society. That's what we call homogeneity. It must be homogeneous. In the sense that 10 naira in Anambra State should be 10 naira in Adamawa State. 20 naira in Lokoja is same thing as 20 naira in what? Kogi State. 50 naira in Benue should be the same thing as 50 naira in what? Bayelsa. So is more the same in what? In every area of the what? Society. The another quality of money is that the value of money must be relatively stable over a period of time. That's about stability in value. The value of money should be relatively stable over a period of time. What do we mean by is to be relatively stable? The value of money should not be fluctuating too frequently. For today now, let's say 100 naira can buy you one Orabi toothpaste. Small one Orabi toothpaste. Then tomorrow you go to the shop, the now say that Orabi toothpaste is 200. Next tomorrow you go to the shop, the now say that Orabi toothpaste is 20 naira. You see that the value of money is what fluctuating. It is that the quantity of goods that money can buy is fluctuating. So anything that serves as money should not what fluctuate in what value. The value should be what relatively stable over a period of what time. Then another good characteristics of money that any that serve as money must be durable. Must be what? Durable. Talk about durability. Money as a commodity should be able to withstand constant handling for a long period of time. Any item that start as money should be able to withstand or constant handling over a period of time. If any commodity that we are using as money, it easily gets weared off, wash, tear, in value, that it does not have ability to withstand usage. That commodity is not good enough as what? Money. It should be durable. It should be storable. You can keep it over a period of time without it getting spoiled. Look at trade by barter. In the period of trade by barter, what they use is what? Commodity. They exchange commodity. When the period of commodity as as money, let us assume pepper was the money as at then. Can you keep pepper for 1 month, 2 months? No, it will get what? Spoiled. So anything that is served as money should be what? Durable. You can keep it for a long period of time. It should be what? They don't easily get bad easily. They'll talk about portability. Talk about portability. Talk about portable. What should be used as money should be portable. It should not be very big to carry about. It should not be very heavy. It should not be wastious. So any coin that is used as money should be what? Portable. Why is it that Nigeria does not use much of coin as money these days? Because it's not portable. Assuming you want to carry 1,000 naira in coins, one naira into 1,000 naira, probably you will be needing a Ghana must go or a very big bag to carry such amount of money. But with paper money, you can hold 1,000 naira, put it inside your wallet. It will seem as if you hold nothing. But if you are to be coins, like these coins now, what you simply do, you need something very strong to carry it. So when we talk about money, the thing should be what? Portable. So it should be small in size, easy to move around with it. Then another commodity quality of a good money is that it should be divisible. Any item that serves as money should be what? Divisible. Like what we have on our screen. 2 5 naira will give you 10 naira. 2 10 naira will give you 20 naira. 5 20 naira will give you 2 20 naira and a 10 naira will give you 15 naira. 2 15 naira will give you 100 naira. So you see that money is what? The money here is what? Divisible. You can break 1,000 naira into different denomination. You can break 1,000 naira into different denomination, like into 500 naira. Or to 200 naira, even 50 naira, 100 naira. So any item that serve as money should be what? Divisible. Like in the trade by barter era, some goods were not what? Divisible. Becomes a problem. So if you want to exchange something with someone and the good is not divisible, it means that exchange cannot what? Take place. But with the invention of money and being able to having this quality of divisibility, If I want to buy a book of 200 and I go with 1,000 naira, the money can be what broken into what different what denomination. That 1,000 can be broken down into what 500 naira, 200 naira, or 300 100 naira, 15 naira. So I will definitely have what change. I don't need to spend the entire 1,000 because I want to buy a book of what 200. So any item that start as money must be what divisible. Then the last but not the least, any item that serve as money should be what recognizable. It should be easy for people to recognize what money. Like what we have now, we have an original money here and a counterfeit. This one, if you are given the two, you give you an original money, give you a counterfeit, and they told you that one is original and one is counterfeit. Only both of them you can differentiate which is original and which is what counterfeit. So anything that starts as money in the society, it should be easy for people to what recognize what it. So those are some of the characteristics of what characteristics of what money. So in a nutshell, in our class today, we have looked at the trade by barter system. We talk about the exchange of goods directly. We also look at what the problem encountered by the barter system. Some of the problems, we talk about problem of double coincidence of funds, that is time consuming and laborious. There's lack of common measures. We talk about the problem of indivisibility of society goods and others. They also look at the evolution of money. We see that before money came to being, the system that was practiced in the society was what trade by what barter. But after trade by barter, money started evolving. We started using what commodities as what money, and the commodity that is used as money as they depend on the society that is being one find itself. In agrarian society, agricultural produce are used as what money. Then from there they proceed to the use of precious what metals like gold, silver and copper. Then from there, from gold, silver and copper, there is now what we could evolve. We now evolve into what the use of what paper what money. And so that paper money originated from the word goldsmith. And the goldsmith, we are talking about the goldsmith of what England. That's what they simply do when merchants, that is trader, comes to deposit their gold with them. What they simply do, they give the trader what a receipt, and the receipt is used by the trader to what purchase goods and services in the what society. We also talk about the qualities of good money, that any that serve as money must be generally acceptable, should be stable in value, should be homogeneous, durable, and others.